Hello everyone and welcome back. We are going to be playing part B of the Dream Eaters campaign. This is the Waking Nightmare. I gotta pull out the campaign guide. Actually, I forgot to do that here. Dream Eaters, here we go. This is going to be through the entire part B. Today we're going to just play the first scenario, but we're going to run it through the next few weeks. I am playing using standalone rules since there's no standalone bag setup in the guide that I could find. We're going to play with hard tokens, but using standard difficulty token effects. And we just played the other one, the other side, part A, Beyond the Gates of Sleep with Safina, and that was a blind playthrough. Most of this is going to be blind, except for today's. I have played this scenario a couple of times. It's been a while, but I have played it twice. Multiplayer on both occasions, so I've never played it solo. But so I'm a little more familiar with this one. The rest of the campaign, though, is going to be blind. So starting next week, they're all going to be blind runs. So it's all going to be one big surprise. And since I'm using rogues, that is another thing that might be an issue for me, because I don't normally play rogue. So, you know, this is a faction that I'm not as familiar with, playing a campaign blind, so that's going to be fun. So to kind of counteract that, I decided to play standalone. That way I can use some nicer cards, upgraded cards and such, make it a little bit easier for me. It's still not easy, trust me. Last scenario I did lose and gained a mental trauma. Was doing well until the very end, I guess. But anyways, Skids, the way I built him, and I've attached the deck list into the description. This is pretty straightforward. Investigate and fight. I don't have a whole lot of weapons, so I am going to be using Skids as a boss killer. He's going to be using his evade more often than not. I only have a few weapons, and I do have a lot of resource generation to maximize his ability to get an extra action. So hopefully we're able to really make the most of it and come out on top. So without any further ado, we'll read the intro text if I can find it here. We already read the prologue for the first part, so I'm not going to bother doing that right now. And we're going to go with part B here. Setup. It has been more than 24 hours since your companions fell asleep. Over the course of the past day, your curiosity has slowly turned to concern and then dread. The problems began when one of your friends started to toss and turn violently in their sleep. You snapped to attention and tried to shake them awake, but it was to no avail. You tried everything. Physical contact was no use, and water did nothing but soak their clothes and bed fruitlessly. Even opening their eyelids didn't wake them, and in the process you noticed that their pupils had fully dilated and their eyes were glazed over with a milky white fog. BSG, the rogues are the best. Yes, that's what everyone tells me, but I play them less than almost every other class. I guess Seeker I don't play as much either, but I do hear they're good. You have no idea what this could mean for your friends. Have they managed to find their way to the land Virgil Gray described in his writings, or has something more sinister taken root within their minds and bodies? Just to be safe, you decide to take your companions to St. Mary's Hospital. If something ails them physically, perhaps the doctors there can discern what's wrong. Otherwise, you'll simply have to watch over them and hope that they return safely to the waking world. St. Mary's is the only hospital in the town of Arkham, and it's a fixture of its uptown neighborhood. You explain the situation to Nurse Greenberg, the head nurse at the hospital, who instructs several other nurses to carry your companions into the emergency ward on stretchers. She tells you with a warm, friendly smile that your friends will be examined by Dr. Maheswaran. But other than that, you are left entirely in the dark. Hours pass. You hear nothing about the status of your companions. You still have not met with Dr. Maheswaran, and you're starting to grow impatient. You feel something crawling along your arm, and you instinctively brush it away, then wonder if it was an insect or a figment of your imagination. You begin to question whether bringing your friends here was the right choice after all. Eventually, you decide to take matters into your own hands. It's late at night, and the receptionist who instructed you to stay in the waiting room is nowhere to be seen. In fact, there are eerily few people roaming the halls of the hospital. With nobody to stop you, you sneak off into the emergency ward to find your friends. It doesn't take long for you to find their room. Your companions lie asleep on clean white cots, their sleep anything but peaceful. They are pale-faced and sweaty. One of them tosses and turns in their sleep, their brow furrowed with pain and worry. Dr. Maheswaran does not seem surprised by your intrusion. Shivani Maheswaran, she introduces herself coldly without looking up from her clipboard. You're the ones who brought them in, right? Before you ask, no, I've seen anything like this before in my life. I've never seen anything like this before in my life, she says with a hint of dry impatience. You demand that she'll tell you everything she knows about their condition and not give you the runaround. With a sigh, she puts her clipboard down and addresses you frankly. Listen, I may be new to Arkham, but I've seen enough inexplicable maladies in this town to fill entire careers in medicine. I understand why you're concerned. Your friends... She struggles to find the right words. They are not simply asleep. It's as if they are hovering somewhere between sleep and unconsciousness, or even death. They're not aware of anything happening around them, but appear to be reacting to some kind of internal stimuli. Without hesitation, you ask if they're dreaming. Dreaming, Dr. Maheswaran replies. It's unlikely. That may account for their mannerisms. Honestly, all I know, this is not exactly reassuring. None of this makes any sense to me, medically speaking. Just then you see a large, hairy spider crawling on the chest of one of your friends. Well, that is odd. Dr. Maheswaran brushes the spider off, and several more emerge from the sheets to take its place. You and the doctor both take several steps back out of pure instinct. You hear heavy footsteps in the hallway outside the emergency ward, and then the lights begin to flicker. Okay, that is more than simply odd. What in the world is going on here? Dr. Maheswaran asks anxiously. For just a moment, you think you hear one of your sleeping companions whisper something. Are they indeed dreaming? And if so, what does their condition have to do with these strange events? We must decide. Convince Dr. Maheswaran to come with you. Convince Dr. Maheswaran to stay with the patients and keep them safe. What say you guys? Do we convince the doctor to come with us? Or do we leave her with the patients? I will roll a die. Let's leave her with our friends. They probably need someone to look over them. Yes, of course. Their safety is paramount. But do come back and tell me what's going on, please. She shivers. I really hate this place after dark. You nod and venture back into the hospital's waiting room. So, we got to notate in our campaign. Stayed with the patients. Okay. Setup is done for us. And that's it. So let's draw our opening hand and we'll read all the other stuff. Here we go. Shuffle, shuffle. 5 cards. Yeah, we start with 9 resources because we do have another day, another dollar. Draw our 5 cards. That doesn't count. Got a weapon, got resources, got double or nothing. We don't have a way to get clues, though. That might be a problem. So let's get Vicious Blowout. Let's... Alright, I guess we could get rid of Quick Thinking. No. That'll give us more actions. Yeah. We'll just mulligan 1 and hope for the best. Hey, it's our flashlight. Good. Hey, it all worked out. Okay. Perfect. That is a fantastic starting hand. So, let's read our agenda. Halls of St. Mary's. A heavy, ominous feeling haunts you as you explore St. Mary's Hospital. Its halls are eerily dark and empty of everything but the occasional orderly making the late-night rounds. Lights flicker and shadows seem to dart from corner to corner. The hospital's maze of corridors has begun to take on an almost dreamlike haziness. You notice yet another spider crawling up your leg and brush it away, wondering what is causing them to appear so often. Ugh. Something is wrong with your companions, and while medical science has come far, it can't account for what is happening to them. You've decided to take it upon yourself to figure out what is wrong and set things right. So we need 4 clues per investigator. Let's do this. The hospital's waiting room is pleasant but boring, with several rows of benches and chairs. Nearby, a short bookshelf is filled with a variety of reading material, most of which you find dreadfully monotonous. While waiting room is not infested, it gains resign. You flee the hospital, leaving your companions behind. In the corner of the window, silken webbing creeps along the glass, spun almost of its own accord. Was that there when you first arrived? Ooh, okay. Got 2 clues here. Oh, shoot. Okay, that's why. 1 clue. All right, 3 shot, 1 clue. Shuffle this. Make sure we got this on hard. And let's do this. Is there an explanation of infested somewhere? Infestation begins story card aside. Okay. Story card has a different scenario reference card. Okay. We're going to make a copy of that because I don't remember. It's been a while since I played this. This is it right here. And all right. So that's what infestation is. And then there was something else here about infestation. Infestation bag. Okay. We'll move that. Oop. Move the whole bag over. Right here. Okay. Good enough. I guess that's how we're going to do it. Let's begin. We got 3 shroud, 1 clue. First thing we're going to do is pay 2 resources to put our flashlight into play. This derringer goes away at the end of the round or no? No. Okay, good. So we're going to spend 3 more to put the derringer in play. Oh, no. Not doing that. Sorry. We got to use this hot streak first. So spend 5. Play hot streak. Gain 10. I'm sorry, gain 5. No, 10. So we're at 12. Then pay 3. That's our 3 actions for the round. We could take another one and investigate. So we'll spend 2 resources to get an extra action. And we'll use our first flashlight charge. We're investigating a 3 to a 1. Yeah. 3 to a 1. Okay. Ooh. No infested locations. That's actually a 0. So we get the clue. All right. That ends our turn. So we draw a card and gain a resource. Doom on the agenda. It'll advance next round. Here we go. Our first encounter card of the round. Of the game. Frozen in Fear. Oh no, and Skids is not that good at willpower. I didn't know this was in here. Well, we don't have a whole lot of ways to test willpower, and that's probably a very bad choice of mine for the deck. We're just going to have to rely on skill cards. So, move, fight, or evade take an extra action. And at the end of the round, you can test it. So no matter what, it's going to cost us a few actions, I'm sure. So I guess we're going to spend 2 actions to move to the records office. At least it's Skids, so that extra action, he can keep spending resources. 2 clues. Oh, this is cool. Except that our 4 basic investigate actions is not really beneficial to Skids. So we're just going to have to deal with this different way. Okay. So that was 2 actions to move. We're going to have to just start drawing cards, I guess. Well, let's investigate, and then we'll draw cards next round. So, 3 to a 1. Final action to investigate. -3. That's a fail. All right. Well, we got 1 flashlight charge left. That ends our turn. There are no enemies. We draw a card. Gain a resource, and then we're going to test this, which we're probably going to end up failing because our willpower is terrible. 2. It's a review another chaos token. Oops. Shouldn't have done that. -4. So I failed. So that stays in play. Alright. 2 doom. This advances. This is not going to go well for Skids at this rate. As you continue to explore the hospital, the oddities you have observed become more and more frequent. Thick, dark cobwebs now cover the corners of every room. Spiders crawl along the walls and the ceilings, emerging from seemingly nowhere and vanishing just as quickly. It's not just your imagination. An infestation of spiders has taken root within the hospital. And not just any spiders. They're larger than average, with long, jagged, and barbed legs and great hairy abdomens. Perhaps even more worrying is the complete lack of hospital staff roaming the halls. Aside from several wary and frightened orderlies, you see no other staff members, not even any nurses or doctors. Where has everyone gone? Shuffle the set-aside spiders and counter set. Agents. I'm going to assume it's spiders here. Spiders and counter set. And each set-aside copy of Outbreak. Along with the encounter discard pile, there aren't any. Draw the set-aside, the Infestation Begins story card, and resolve its text. Where is this story card? Is it in here? This one? Place 1 damage token on the location with the most clues. 2 locations with the most clues if there are 3 or 4 investigators. Okay. 1 damage token. That's going to be where we're at. For the remainder of the scenario, damage tokens on locations represent the spreading infestation. Each location with a damage token is an infested location. Create a separate bag, that's this one. Some abilities will instruct the players to make an infestation test. An infestation test may cause the infestation to spread to other locations or endanger investigators at infested locations. To resolve an infestation test, an investigator must reveal a random infestation token from the bag and resolve its effects. Flip this card over and place it next to the scenario reference card. Okay. So, fine. We need to get these clues and get out of here. We only have 1 charge of our flashlight left. All right. So that advanced. Let's read this. A monstrous presence has infested St. Mary's. It lies inside the walls and watches you from all sides. In mere minutes, it has spun thick, sticky webbing throughout each of the rooms you visit. The lights are either flickering or out across the hospital, and some of the more advanced medical machinery is broken and covered in cobwebs. At the end of the mythos phase... Okay, so we gotta make infestation tests every round. Here we go. Our card says... Glimpse of the Underworld. Put Glimpse of the Underworld into your threat area. When you would take damage or horror, take 1 additional. You can use a free action to remove it, but you take a damage and a horror. Jesus Christ. Alright. End of the mythos phase, we make an infestation test. So how do we pull from the infestation bag? Do you just... Yeah, I guess you... Okay, that's how you do it. So this is set this token aside. Okay, so nothing happens. All right. We need to get these clues and get out of here. We need 4 clues to advance. Oh boy. All right. First things first, let's play Lone Wolf. We're going to investigate. No, we're going to draw a card. Action 2. Come on, be something good. Yes, intel report. Excellent. Just what I need. So intel report, we can discover 2 clues by paying 4 resources. That is exactly what we'll do. Play intel report and get those 2 clues out of here. All right. Action 3, we're going to move back down to the waiting room. Get out of this place. And we're going to use 2 resources to get an extra action for Skids to move to the emergency room. You peek into the emergency ward and find several other rooms besides the one where your companions are being kept. 1 clue, 2 shroud. Good. While you're in emergency room, each of your skill tests gain +1 difficulty for each card committed to it. This room contains the aftermath of what must have been a gruesome admission. Splatters of dried blood cover the mattress in the center of the room, and medical supplies, bandages, gauze, and syringes litter the floor. That ends our turn. There are no enemies on the board. We do have to test frozen. Oh, yeah, we couldn't move there because frozen in fear. So we have to stay here. We'll have to move there next round. Nothing happens. We're gonna discard this. Take 1 damage, 1 horror, whatever. Can't deal with that. So yeah. Upkeep. Draw a card. Gain a resource. 1 doom on the agenda. Draw our encounter card, and it says Night Terrors. It goes in your threat area. After you fail a skill test, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Draw each weakness and remove the others from the game. More willpower tests. Okay. Yeah. That sucks. This happens after you fail a skill test. That's going to really suck. That's really going to suck. Okay. That is the Mythos. We got to draw a token from here, and it is another one of these, so it stays there. All right. Now we're going to have to move and spend 2 actions to do so. And then let's investigate with our final flashlight charge. 3 to a 0. -3. That's a success. So we get our 4 clues. We have 1 action left because we're going to spend 2 resources. Oh, I forgot Lone Wolf. We're going to spend 2 resources to get an extra action. But before we take our extra action, let's go ahead and advance this. So this goes... From hospital records and snippets of hushed conversation, you're able to glean that there was recently another patient in the hospital whose condition closely mirrored that of your friends. After being comatose for weeks, the patient abruptly and inexplicably awakened just this morning. Baffled, the doctors have quarantined the patient somewhere in the basement of the hospital, below the eastern ward. Stairwell and basement door locations go into play. Stairwell, basement doors. All right. Check the current agenda. If it's agenda 2 or 3, make an infestation test. Okay. Fine. Oops. So let's see where these go. This is connected to the blue one, right? And yeah. And this one is connected to the little heart. So it's connected to this. Okay. That's fine. I guess we'll go here. Oh, wait a minute. There's more. I see. Right? Is that right? Yeah. Okay. It has definitely been a while since I played this one. I don't remember a lot. I remember the infestation thing. All right, here we go. Infestation test is a skull. Set it aside. Search the encounter deck for a spider. And spawn it. Okay. Let's get the spider that's the weakest. Spider of Lang. That seems kind of hard. Swarm of spiders. Yeah, okay. Is this swarm too? Oh, yeah, no, we're getting one of these guys in here. All right, so this spider goes here, and it has a swarming of 2. So we take our top 2 cards, 1, 2, and put it under this guy. Okay. There it is. We still have 1 action left. Does this hunt? No, it doesn't hunt. That's good. We're going to move here. For a can't. Oh, no, wait. We already spent 2 actions to move, so we could spend 1 to move there. Okay. That ends the turn. All right. So now we got to deal with these things. So this one first. Test 3 of willpower. We have a 2. Yeah, that's not going to work. Draw a card and gain a resource. There's no hunter enemies. Hey, there's Delilah. Gonna eat lunch and go live. Okay. Thanks, Nate. The first scenario was my first time playing it, and I went insane. Or I didn't go insane. I got a mental trauma because I ran out the doom clock. All right, here we go. Hypnos. Peril. Choose a skill. For the remainder of the round, each investigator gets -2 to the chosen skill. Yeah, I'm going to go with intellect. After this, okay. So we need to control Randolph Carter. That's our goal. So, infestation test. That is, set it aside, choose a location. That location becomes infested. Okay. That's where I'm at. Okay, our turn. Lone Wolf. We're going to need to have Delilah in here now. So let's put her down. Not put her down, but let's place her down into play. There's Delilah. Action 1, Action 2, and 3. We move to the therapies ward. A sign over the hallway reads experimental therapies. You're not sure what sorts of remedies the staff at St. Mary's experiment with. And you're not sure what you want to know. 2 clues. When you investigate experimental therapies ward, take 1 horror. Whew. -2 shroud for the investigation. This room is filled with beds, each one surrounded by a partition curtain. High-tech machines sit next to each bed, ready to administer all sorts of radical treatments. I like their high-tech machines. They're pretty funny. All right, so that's our turn. We don't have resources to get an extra action. We need some skill cards so we can get rid of this Frozen in Fear that's annoying as hell. Test Frozen in Fear. -3, that's a fail. Oh, this gets discarded. No hunters on board. Draw a card and gain a resource. Intel report. That could help. And Doom goes on the agenda. Here we go. Outbreak. Uh-oh. Perform an infestation test. If you are in an infested location... Ooh, okay. That is a cultist. Set this aside. Location connected becomes infested. We're going to choose this one. That sucks. There's 2 of these outside of the bag, so we add them all back in. All right. That's the Mythos phase. Now we do an infestation test, and there's a tablet. Okay. All right, we have intel report. So we can grab some clues. We'll need 2 more resources to grab both of the clues. It might be worthwhile. Oh, wait, we spent these 4. It might be worthwhile. We don't need clues to get to Carter, but we might need them to talk to him. Maybe. Let's just move on. Spend 2 actions to move. Oh, I forgot. Lone Wolf. Stairwell. After you enter stairwell, move to a basement location, then test 4. If you fail, take 2 damage. Okay. So we can move to a basement, but we have to test 4 agility. We would have a 5 to a 4. We risk taking damage, but it's a free move. I like the... Yeah. It's a free move, and it's costing us 2 to move right now. So, yeah. We'll test. We'll go here first. So, we'll test 4 agility. We've got 5 to a 4. What the hell? Let's commit both quick thinkings. Can you commit 2 of them? Yeah. So we're testing a 7 to a 4. If we succeed by a lot, that'll be badass. Let's commit Colt Vest Pocket. 8 to a 4. Here we go. 0. Yes. So we do get 2 free actions. So that's really nice. Okay. So we have Parlay test 2. If you succeed, test 2 intellect. If you succeed, oh, here's Randolph Carter. Okay. If you succeed, let me spend 1 as... Oh, damn it. See, you know, I knew I should have gotten the clues. We have 3 actions left. 2 free from the quick thinking and 1 that we had left for the round. Let's go grab the clue here and move back. Move in. After you enter stairwell... Damn, what a waste of 2 free actions, honestly. Spend 2 resources for intel report. Grab that clue. And then our final action... Come on. It's going to be to move in here. Alright, so now we just got to work on this, getting these icons for these tests. Both of which are going to be tough for Skids. But we got time. I think we're ahead of the game. So Ken, hi. This is a game you can download. The only thing is, you have to download a game called Tabletop Simulator on Steam. Tabletop Simulator is just kind of like the engine to simulate tabletop games. And then to get Arkham Horror on there, you'll have to talk to someone that has it, because Fantasy Flight Games took down the ability to download this easily. So you'll need to speak with someone that has it. You can join the Great Old Ones Discord server and ask for it there, and maybe someone will contact you about it if you'd like. If you'd like to try this out, it's pretty great. It's awesome to be able to play with people who are not at your house. Play remotely. You can play up to 4 players with it. It's pretty awesome. Anyways, that's our final action. We moved there. There are no hunter enemies, so we go to upkeep, draw a card, gain a resource. We haven't failed the skill test yet, so this doesn't kick in. There's Lone Wolf. All right, so we have to test this. We're going to fail it. This one, yep, we still fail it. Okay, whatever. 4 doom out of 6. Here we go. Attached to the non-permanent, non-weakness asset you control with the highest printed cost. Treat attached asset as if it were blank. You can discard an asset to discard this. Highest cost would be either Delilah or the Derringer. Let's go with the Derringer because we want to have our bonuses here for now. All right. Now we have to run this test. So we need to draw cards so that we can commit. So let's start drawing some cards. Action 1, draw a card. Action 2, ooh, high roller. There we go. Action 2, draw a card. Action 3, draw a card. That's our actions. Turn ends, draw a card, gain a resource, and we test Frozen in Fear, and we fail. Okay. Oh, I forgot to do the infestation test. Sorry, guys. That was... Oh, are these shuffling right? Alright, that ends our turn. We are now at 5 out of 6 doom. Encounter card says... Oh, no. Skids' most hated card. Rotting Remains. Oh, yeah, Ken. This game is so fantastic. I love the story, like the mechanics, how they play with the story. The community is so great. If you have Discord, I recommend you join the Great Old Ones Discord server. It's a great place to learn about the game and meet awesome people who are part of this community. Trust me, you won't regret it. And you'll get a lot of like cool things that you may not have known about the game and such. So I highly recommend it. It's the Great Old Ones Gaming Discord server. You can go to greatoldOnesGaming.com and the link to the Discord server will be there as well. And I can post it in the comments in the video after this stream is done. All right, Rotting Remains. That's going to suck. We're testing against a 3. I need to save willpower icons for this test with Randolph, so I'll risk the horror. -3, so we take 3 horror. We'll take 2 of it, and we'll give 1 to Delilah. Still need icons for this. So we got enough intellect icons for the test, I think. We need the willpower icons. We could put in high roller. Oh, so beginning of the round, Lone Wolf. Spend 2 to put high roller into play. That's first action. Second action, draw a card. Hospital debts. Okay, whatever. How many go in there? Move 1 resource. Yeah. All right. Final action, draw a card. More Delilah. I need those skill cards. Where the hell are they? That ends our turn. Draw a card. Gain a resource. This advances. Yeah, clearly this deck needs a little bit of tweaking because I got really far ahead and now I'm just sitting here drawing cards. Suddenly the chaos breaks out in the hospital. The sound of chittering and crashing emerges from the walls. In the darkness, you can barely make out the shapes of bizarre spider-like creatures scurrying in the distance. As you round a corner, you spot an orderly writhing in the polished floor, convulsing violently as though possessed by an insidious force. You rush to his side and flip him onto his back, and find that nearly all of his face is covered in thick webbing, and his eyes are wide and glazed over. He doesn't react as you shake him. Find each suspicious orderly enemy in play. There aren't any. Search the encounter deck and discard pile for each copy of Suspicious Orderly and remove it from the game. Suspicious Orderly. Suspicious Orderly. That's it. From the game. All right. Put the set-aside stairwell and basement door locations into... Oh, wait, that's not the one. Search the encounter deck for Suspicious Orderly. Shuffle the set-aside Agents of Unluck Nacha encounter set. Shuffle them in. Each remaining set-aside Corrupted Orderly and the encounter discard pile. Okay. Add a skull and a cultist token. Skull. There's a skull. And then we got the cultist. Okay. Alright. I think that does that. And the entire building has become infested with a sinister evil. Something that doesn't follow the laws of nature. You need to find some way to either stop it or to escape before it consumes you too. Oh, thanks, Nate. Yeah, if you could link it, that'd be awesome. You need to find some way to stop it. Okay, at the end of the Mythos phase, make an infestation test. Ooh, spiders get stronger. Okay. How much you want to bet these two cards are skill cards? Alright, so that advanced. Now we have how much doom? 8. Okay. Boom. Another rotting remains. Oh no, this is not good. Skids, dude. You gotta do something, man. Okay. Spend 3 resources. Yeah. I could lose 3 resources just to try and pass this test. I'm gonna take it. I can survive if I fail, but Delilah will die. It might be worth it. Hey, Elder Sign. Yeah, +2. I did succeed. I gained 2 resources. Dude, that is a very, very lucky pull on the Elder Sign. Alright. Draw infestation. It is a cultist, so this says becomes infected. So this one becomes infected. Okay. What does this do? I have to get rid to be... Okay. 3 actions. I have the resources to boost my willpower. It's still not something I'm comfortable with. Testing a 2. I don't have any willpower icons, except for this wild one that I don't want to use. Let's draw a card. Action 1, draw a card. God. Action 2, draw a card. I'm starting to think something's up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I mean, we're gonna have to keep drawing cards. Let's... Does this exhaust when you use it? Yeah. Alright. Let's keep drawing cards. Draw a card. Hey, there's take the initiative. Alright, that ends our turn. Hopefully I don't get something that makes me discard at random. Upkeep. Draw a card. Gain a resource. Still no hunters. Let's get down to 8 cards. So we don't need this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We gotta discard 2 more. We'll get rid of 1 Garrett Wire. And we'll get rid of 1 Lone Wolf. Okay. Good enough. And now we test this thing, which we're gonna fail. Yep. All right. Oh, and we fail test. Shoot, I've been forgetting to do this. If you fail skill test, reveal the top 3 card of your deck. Oh, I've been forgetting that. Sorry, guys. That is bad playing on my part. Yeah. Discard from the game. Yeah. And some more wild icons. Okay. Put a Doom on the agenda, and now we draw our encounter card. Locked door. Not a problem. I don't care. Nearest location with the most clues. Right there. Cool. Let's do this test, man. I think we're ready for it. So, willpower, 2. And then intellect 2. Okay, so let me see how many intellect icons I have. I have 1, 2. I have 2 intellect icons. That'll put me at a 5. 6, 7. And then this would put me at a 5. Oh, this is going to be hard. It's going to be a hard test. All right. So we'll commit, take the initiative. Oh, man. We got 3 actions. Let's spend an action to draw a card. Spend an action to draw a card. Okay. Final action. We'll do this test. Parlay, test 2 willpower. And then 2 intellect. It's as good as it's going to get. All right. So we'll commit, take the initiative for 3 icons. That puts us at a 5, 6. 6 to a 2. -3. Okay, we passed the willpower test. Now the intellect test. We'll spend 3 resources to get +2 from high roller. That puts us at a 6. I'm sorry, a 5. And then we're going to commit 6, 7 to a 2. 0. We passed. We passed the test. So we get Randolph Carter in the location. Wait, do we take control or put him in the location? Give control of the set-aside Randolph Carter asset to an investigator at this location. So I get control of him. Delilah goes away. Randolph takes her place. Okay. Oh, man. That was our final action. Let's see. We got Randolph Carter, so this gets to advance. After some persuading, you manage to convince the blonde-haired man to listen to your story. Once you explain to him what has happened to your companions, he shakes his head in solemn understanding. I knew this Virgil fellow would cause trouble. If only I had convinced him not to write that story. You ask him what he means, and he lets out a long sigh before elaborating. It's all true. All of it. The Dreamlands is real, and I believe that something is causing it to merge with the waking world. That's where all of this is coming from. He explains, motioning to the spiderwebs in the corners of the room. With your help, I may be able to temporarily stop the infestation from spreading. Then we can investigate this matter further. He rises from his cot and shakes your hand. My name is Randolph. By the way, Randolph Carter. Oh, I thought it was going to be over with that. We still got some things to deal with. Containing the outbreak. You must attempt to close the rifts. Each infested location gains tests. Wow. Shroud value willpower. You can spend 1 clue per group to succeed automatically. Replace the damage token on the location with a horror token. Cannot become infested. If there are no infested locations in play, advance. Okay. That's going to be tough. We have no clues, so we can't just automatically succeed. Oh, wait, we gain 3 resources from high roller succeeding. So, damn, this is going to be tough. Okay, let's... That ends our turn, so we draw a card and gain a resource. And now, to doom on the agenda. Rotting remains. Oh, come on. Let's read this. Yeah, well, we're going to take it on the chin. 0. Okay, so we fell by 1. We give it to Randolph. Infestation test says nothing. Okay, good. Oh, I forgot to do the frozen in fear test says failed. Okay. Spend 2 actions to move. Lone wolf, sorry. Lone wolf. Spend 2 actions to move. Spend 1 action to move. And then, what do we do? X shroud value of the location. Okay. So we have 1 action left. Because we're going to spend 2 resources. So we got to test 4 willpower. That's ridiculous. I can't pass that right now. We could try to just investigate. gonna have to. Yeah, let's not spend the resources yet. Let's end our turn. Turn ends. Draw a card, gain a resource. Perfect. Evidence. Okay, that's actually symbols that I need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. Okay. 3 shot out of 8. Here we go. Oh, frozen in fear test. Fails. Okay. And Will of the Spider Mother. Ew. Test 3 willpower. If there's a spider enemy at your location, if you fail, you cannot attack or investigate. Come on. We have a 3 testing against a 3. Reveal another chaos token. -2. Okay, we fail. We have to make 2 infestation tests because of the ability on this thing. We also cannot investigate or attack until the end of the round. Oh. Yeah. Alright. Infestation test 1. So, choose a location. Becomes infested. This is going to be really hard. Infestation. Oh, these go back in. Skull. Set it aside. Spawn. Ooh, so we get a spider on us. Search. Gray Weaver. Holy cow. Let's not get that one. Let's get this guy here. Swarming 2. Okay. Damn, man. Oh, we're out of draw cards, so we take a horror. We'll put it on this dude. We're gonna die to horror, aren't we? 1, 2. And then we still got one more infestation test to make, which is at the end of the Mythos phase. Nothing happens. Okay. Whew. Can't investigate here, but that's fine. We have evidence. It's too bad you only get 1 clue, but... Alright. We may need to come here and seal this off first. That's going to be the plan. Alright. Spiders, we're going to have to... oh, we can't fight. We're going to have to evade. What's the... Oh, that sucks. Equals the number of swarm spiders. Okay. We're going to move. We're going to move as our first action and take an attack of opportunity. 1, 2, 3. Ouch. Let's give 1 to him. That takes 2 actions. Next, we're going to swarm of spiders enemies at this location. So the evade value is 3. I have a 4. Let's commit the Derringer for the evade test. So 5, 2, 3. Skull. -1. Okay, so 1 is evaded. Still have 2 on me. Next action, evade 4 to a 3. Eey. That's fail. Okay, so I've evaded 1 of them. Enemy phase, there are no hunters. They hit us for 3 damage. Ouch. Card and a resource. And then we test Frozen in Fear. Let's just review another token. Yeah. Infestation test. Jesus Christ, there's so many things happening. Everything triggers like a gazillion things. I fail the test, so then this triggers. Okay, this is like way too many triggers at once. Alright. Anything else triggering? this trigger anything? No. Okay. All right. Ooh, wasabi burger. I'm probably gonna die here. Okay. What happened here? I failed the test, so this should have triggered again. Because I'm gonna fail. I keep forgetting these triggers, guys. This is a horrendous. There are way too many triggers happening here. I got to test Frozen in Fear, which is going to trigger this, which is probably going to trigger this. So let's see. Frozen in Fear, reveal another token. Okay, I failed, so Infestation Test, which brings, set it aside, connect it. Yep, copy this, which then, yeah, I'm not going to succeed here. This has gotten out of hand. All right, so that triggered, then that also triggers this, which then 1, 2, 3, which then also fails this. I think that's all of it. Did I miss any triggers? I can't even remember if it's my turn right now because there's just so much happening. I think that was the end of my turn. I think I drew a card and gained a resource. So now we go to the encounter phase. Or mythos phase. Another one of these. Or is this limit 1? Nope. So this is going to just destroy us here. Infestation test. Cultist, so becomes infested. Okay. So we got copy. And then all these go back in the bag. All right. So this is a thing. Oh boy. Oh, and they hit us during the. Oh no, I already did that. So 2 of them. No, I didn't do that. 2 of them hit me, right? So Randolph dies, and I am at 1 health, and then this guy had recovered. So we're gonna try and vicious blow. Oh, Randolph. Yeah, this is bad. I played this poorly, apparently. They each have 1 health, so we'll commit 2 vicious blows. Oh. I got an idea. Is this just 1 clue here? Yeah. Oh, I got that clue. Why did I move there? I thought they had a clue. I should have stayed here and just done the evidence thing. Oh, well. I think this is my last round. Vicious blow. Vicious blow. Oh, I forgot to add a resource for Lone Wolf. Vicious blow, and we will... So we're attacking 3, 4, 5 to a 1. Yep, all 3 die. And then we're going to move back up. That was stupid race. Let's try to unlock this. So that took 3 actions. Free action. Spend 2 resources for a free action so that we can investigate, I guess. A 4. So we have an intellect of 3. We'll use High Roller, 3 resources, putting us at a 5 to a 4, 6, 7 to a 4, 9 to a 4. All right. 0. So yeah, we get 1 clue. All right, that ends our turn. We draw a card and gain a resource. Frozen in Fear. That's a fail, which kicks this off. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then anything else? No. No hunter enemies, so we gain a resource and draw a card. Or did I already do that? 5 out of 8. This is going poorly. Outbreak. Perform an infestation if you're in an infested location. Okay. Nope. So this says it expands. Yeah. Everything is infested. I have every location in play infested. I don't know how I'm going to get rid of all this, but I guess we will try. So we're still alive. We are suffering here, but we are still alive. Let's spend a clue. Oh, let's spend 2 resources to play this so we can grab this other clue. And then, so that's action 1. And then action 2, we'll spend a clue to put a horror token on this instead of the damage token. Boom. Oops. Boom. Okay. So. Oh, I didn't do the locked door thing. My bad. God, I'm playing terribly, guys. There's just so many things I have to keep track of here, it feels like. Locked door. I forgot to do this test. I'll do it now, I guess. We'll use 1 combat, 2 combat. This is kind of a retro test. That's a success. So this goes away. Then we got our clues and then did that. So anyways, we still had 1 action this turn, which we can't move because it takes 2 actions. Right? Yeah. So there's nothing we can do yet. Let's draw a card. We're going to take a horror. We'll draw a card as our final action. Okay. Turn ends. Draw a card, gain a resource. There are no hunters. Test Frozen in Fear. Skull, which is -1. Still fails, so we draw 6 cards. That's 1. Oops. What's going on here? Did I lock that somehow? 1. Take a horror. 2. 3. 1. Something's going on with this F key. 2. Let me give it a second for the computer to catch up. If the infection spreads on every location, it doesn't replenish anymore. Yeah. Oh, I see. Okay, thank you. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Whew. All right. 6 doom out of 8. Dissonant voices cannot play assets or events. There's just so much happening here. All right. We're going to move down here and seal this off with a clue. That took 2 actions. Final action, move here. Damn, that's a 4 shot. Let's move here. Okay, this is a 2 shot. This is much better. All right, that ends our turn. I forgot Lone Wolf. Carding a resource. And final doom before the end of the game. Here we go. It is a corrupted orderly. Dealt 1 or more damage. Okay. I can't shoot him because I have this thing here. He doesn't Oh, he is a hunter. Whatever. He's not that big a deal. We're gonna... we could just play on the lamb so we can get ahead of this thing. Because on the lamb, they don't attack us until the end of the round. So that's good. So, yeah, we'll do that. We'll play on the lamb. We're going to try and get this clue. So we have 2 shroud. Our intellect is 3. But then I don't have the resources for it. So I'll have to gain a resource. Spend 3 for this thing. So 5 to a 2. Skull, that's a -3. We still succeed. So we get 3 resources back, and we get that clue. Hey. And then for our final action, we cannot play assets or events. Never mind, can't play on the lamb. Redo. Oh my god, guys. I'm sorry that I'm making these mistakes. There's just a lot to remember here. It has been a very tough game. Okay. So instead of playing on the lamb, I guess we're going to try and evade him. A 4 to a 2. We'll commit this. 5 to a 2. That's a fail. So we didn't evade him. We discard 6 cards. And then that evade takes 2 actions, actually. And so 6 actions. 2 actions to try and evade him. This is horrendous. I think this is the end of the game anyways. We'll just try and evade again. A 4 to a 2. I want to save this. 4 to 2. Yeah, he's evaded. Use 2 resources. Use 2 resources to get an action, and we're gonna investigate, commit on the lamb for 3 intellect. That's a 6 to a 2. -2. Alright, so we get the clue. There's the clue. That ends our turn. Card and a resource. He comes back. Test frozen in fear. -5. That's a failure. This goes away. We discard 6 cards. Alright. 8. Infestation has claimed the hospital in its entirety. Not a single room has been left untouched. Yeah. We made sure this one was left untouched. The experimental therapies ward. You race through its halls, searching desperately for a way out, and find only web-covered walls, victims wrapped in silken cocoons, and dead hospital staff hanging from the ceiling. 8 tally marks next to steps of the bridge. Wow. Yeah, this was very rough. Skids did not do so well. I need more skill cards in this deck, so that is a note to self. 8 tally marks on steps. What is it? Of the bridge. All right. Let's read our ending here. With panic overtaking your mind, you run to the main exit of St. Mary's Hospital, putting as much distance as you can between you and this accursed infestation. The moment you get home, you collapse from exhaustion. The next day, you wake and check the morning papers, expecting to see tales of chaos at St. Mary's and of an infestation of arachnids. However, there is no news regarding the hospital at all. Did last night's events occur too late for the Arkham advertiser to report on them? Was it all just a bad dream? You put on your coat and head back to the hospital to confirm that what you saw last night was real. When you arrive at St. Mary's, you expect to see the building, or perhaps all of Uptown, covered in spider webs. But instead, to your surprise, it's perfectly clean. Patients, nurses, and doctors walk through its halls like none of last night's events transpired. Before you can find your sleeping companions, however, a blonde-haired man with heavy bags under his eyes approaches you and places a hand on your shoulder. Good morning. We should talk. For each location that was infested, 1 tally mark and steps to the bridge. Oh, we already recorded 8, I think. Or do we record 8 additional? Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 additional? I don't think so. I don't think that's how that works. In your campaign log, record Dr. Mesheron's fate is unknown. Okay. Dr. Mesheron's fate is unknown. Record Randolph Carter escaped the hospital on his own. And you can add him to the deck. This card doesn't count in Resolution 5. 3, 4, 5. You depart from the hospital with the blonde-haired man in tow, and he introduces himself more fully. The man, whose name is Randolph Carter, tells you that he is a dreamer like Virgil Gray and your friends, one with the ability to traverse the divide between the waking world and a parallel dimension that was created by, is sustained by, and dwells within the dreams of all living organisms on Earth, a realm he calls the Dreamlands. It is our place of both dreams and nightmares, he explains, and I'm afraid your friends are trapped there as we speak. You ask if there's anything you can do to aid them. Randolph ponders for a moment, then replies, normally, dreamers can return to the real world simply by willing themselves awake. But for some reason, your friends are unable to do so. If you truly wish to help them, you too must enter the Dreamlands and find them. But forcing your way into the Dreamlands is not easy. Such paths are usually accessible only to experienced dreamers, and only in sleep. Still, there are some places where the Dreamlands touch the waking world. And in those places, with the right tools, you may enter the Dreamlands in your physical body. I know of such a place, not far from here. However, before Randolph is able to finish his sentence, he is interrupted by a mysterious voice. Okay, remove the infestation if you're playing Web of Dreams. Alright, Black Cat. You must be their friends, the enigmatic voice says from above. To your surprise, the quiet voice belongs not to a person, but to a black cat that lounges lazily across a tree branch hanging over the path outside the hospital. Oh, pick your jaws up from the ground and listen. The cat rises and leaps onto the top of a nearby fence, walking along it with the kind grace only a cat possesses. It is one of the cats of Earth's Dreamlands, Randolph proclaims, his voice tinged with merriment, like he was meeting an old friend for the first time in ages. How long has it been since I've spoken to one of your kind? The cat's piercing yellow eyes glare at Randolph for a moment before it returns its gaze on you. Sure. In any event, I bear a message from your dreaming friends. We said that our friends told us shared knowledge of the Dreamlands. So the Black Cat tells you all about the Dreamlands and about the quest your friends are about to embark upon. Your friends are in a safe place in the Dreamlands, along with a couple of others. My pet human, Virgil, is one of them. Yes, that Virgil. I see the looks on your faces. They're also with another dreamer, a man named... Hey, wait a minute. The cat glares suspiciously at Randolph, then yawns. Huh, you know what? Never mind. I have to check on something. With that, the cat suddenly departs. The Black Cat has a hunch. Okay. All right. Proceed to the next scenarios. All right, cool. So we will continue next week on the Twitch channel for Great Old Ones Gaming, which, by the way, right now, Nate is playing, I think he's playing Arkham Horror in the Twitch channel for the Great Old Ones. So I will link that in the comments after this video goes up. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Amelia and Manson, for hanging in there, and the rest of you who were watching and hanging out with us today. This was fun. I died horribly, so clearly I need to tweak this Skids deck just a tad to help with some willpower tests. Other than that, we started off well and then just caved in the end when all those willpower tests came up. But thank you guys again, and have a